everybody, it's Carissa with Anchor Leaf Malt & Co. I wanted to hop on here today and talk about my website switch and why I'm doing it. So if you have stuck around with my business for the last year, or even a little bit more, you have seen me evolve in my website. I personally started with Square, the free site, and then from there, I moved to Godaddy. From Godaddy, I'm now switching to Shopify, and I'm gonna tell you why. So with Square, I started with the free version. The free version is great for somebody just starting out. However, it kind of limits you in what you can do. I wasn't able to get the kind of colors, the proper theme I wanted, and it just didn't feel super professional to me. So that's why I decided to move on to Godaddy. From there, now let me back up. With Square, part of my problem was I didn't have my own website domain, so I had that really awkward, annoying Square website name. Somebody wanted to come say hi. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? So with that awkward website name, I felt like unless I had a Facebook group going or a Facebook page or Instagram page, there was no way that anyone was going to find my website. So that's when I switched to GoDaddy. Now, I will say GoDaddy is where I set up my domain, so I felt like it was the easiest possible thing to set up a website on. It's super user-friendly if you don't know a lot about doing, website building. I will say that I found Shopify at that time when I was setting up GoDaddy, so figure around April-ish. It was really overwhelming for me. I tried doing the free setup and I just couldn't get into it, whereas GoDaddy, it was like you pick a theme and bing, bing, boom, these are all the things you need to fill out, and it was easy. And with Shopify, it didn't feel that way for me at all. Now, I will say while GoDaddy is easy to set up and easy to use overall, it's hard to do certain things that I wanted to do with my business. So one thing I really wanted to do with my business is go ahead and send out monthly subscriptions. So I own a candle business, and what I wanted to do was be able to send like a scent of the month kind of thing, where my customer would check out one time and then be billed recurring, and they get a new scent every month. Well, with GoDaddy, it's not that simple, apparently. So I was like, oh, how hard can it be? I can probably just, add the listing, and then there must be like a program that I can download or something, like you can with Shopify. But you can't do that. So it's frustrating. So I did reach out to GoDaddy when I realized that that was something I wanted to do. Now, I probably should have looked at it further down the road when building the website and said to myself, okay, what are my goals for this business? And that's something I'm learning, because I did do that, but I did it more short-term goals than long-term goals. And the website on GoDaddy just has not been serving me in the way that I would like it to. Down to the communication with my customers. I just found yesterday that there were, unfortunately, some messages from customers that were sent that I weren't getting delivered to my email. So I wasn't getting delivered to my email. So those poor customers were sitting there unanswered. Now that sales I'm losing out on, kind of thing. Luckily, a lot of them are understanding. Someone already received their order, and it was just like a simple, hey, I gave you the wrong email. Can you switch it for me? So I'll go into our customer account later and update it. But, or I did later after I answered her and said, sorry, I never responded, whatever. But now with Shopify, I will say it is really overwhelming to start for a person like me who has 4 children, and I don't have all the time in the world to devote to my site, like tunnel vision, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do it, but I still felt like, how do I go from GoDaddy, where everything already is, and, get the outcome that is in my head. Because what I wanted was a more clean, sleek, thematic site where it fit my branding and made you go open the page, like the home page, and you were like, oh, I'm at Acre Lake Melting Co. You know, like you had that vibe and that feeling automatically. And I just felt like with Godaddy, it was very color-wise, like I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So with moving to Shopify, I was able to find that, what is my hair doing? Anyway, I was able to find that, you know, unless you would find a theme that you like, it is really hard to get the vision out of your brain and onto the computer, at least for me. So what I did was I went to Etsy and I found a theme that I paid roughly around $100 for, which to some people might seem steep. However, once I found the theme and I kept rerunning it in my brain, I was like, okay, well, that's the theme for me. That's what I want to do. And like, there's so many on Etsy, let me tell you, and there's a lot of great ones. I just loved that I could take something that had the vision, maybe not the color. For instance, mine came in all peach, and peach is not my brand at all. My brand is more blues and tans and that kind of tones. So I just went and changed that over. So with that being said, what I did was I bought the theme from Etsy. They let you download a file, and then you take the items in a link and it brings you to Canva. So the items like your banners or your photos that might need like the theming added to it, you can go ahead and edit that in Canva through their link that they provide in an attachment. At least that's what the store that I did used. I will try to link it all in the description so you guys can see step by step what I'm talking about. I'm kind of newer to it, so bear with me. But yeah, I mean, I am super happy with how my Shopify site came out. It's really reflective of my brand. It's clean, it's sleek, it's pretty, and it was really easy. Once I had something already up on the screen, kind of formatted to me, and then with the guidance of my other candle maker friends, Carrie and Bree, I was able to really hone in on what would work for me best. So if there's any advice that I can give you when it comes to setting up a Shopify site, it is talk to your friends and ask them, even if they're not business related. Like, when you go to a website, what are you looking for? You need something to go off of. I probably adjusted my site 3 or 4 times after talking to them, and they were super helpful. Yes, they're in the business, so if you have friends that are in the business, use those ones. But if you don't, ask them simple questions. You know, what do you think would be beneficial for me? Because they're probably going to be your customers, is the reality. So you want to go through the customer journey and what they're going to be looking for. Another thing is get a theme. If you're not happy with the Shopify themes that are already there for free, go buy a theme. And don't buy it through Shopify. Buy it through Etsy, because it is at least $200 cheaper usually, and they're better like looking aesthetically, in my personal opinion. So if anyone has any questions, please drop them in the comments. I would love to help you, and thank you for watching my video. I will talk to you soon.